Hi, I'm Andrew, the young adult and media librarian at North Brunswick Public Library. I've come to the school year is just about over. Now, here are some books that you can read just to enjoy for your own pleasure. In this video, I'm going to look at some of the fiction, including the realistic fiction, the suspense, historical fiction, and romance that are coming to the YA section in or around July of 2021. These will be books that'll be perfect for summer reading. The theme for this year is Tales and Tales. Well, all of these have to do with at least tales as in stories. At least one will have to do with tales as in a part of an animal's body, as you will see. First up, we have the Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Ayimide. Devin Richards and Chiamaka Adebayo, two students at Nivius Private Academy, are selected to be part of the elite school's senior class prefects and struggle against an anonymous bully who reveals all of their secrets. By the way, I'm getting these descriptions from either from the publisher's post or from our online catalog, which in turn typically gets the description from the publisher. So if they seem opinionated, they're not necessarily my opinion. Alone in Space, a collection by Tillie Walden. In her first collection of short comic stories, Hugo-nominated cartoonist Tillie Walden opens windows into strange new worlds. With all the stylish visual panache and stunning emotional resonance of her widely lauded graphic novels. In The End of Summer, Lars is battling illness and boredom in a secluded castle at the start of an endless winter, with a giant cat to keep him company and fraying family bonds to test his strength. In I Love This Part, two small-town girls kill time and try to muddle through school when an unexpected romance blooms. And the surreal A City Inside recounts one woman's life from childhood on in a poetic tale about coming of age when you think you're past all that. The Betrayed by Kiera Cass. Kiera Cass brings another sparkling romance to a stunning conclusion in this sequel to the instant #1 New York Times bestseller, The Betrothed. Can you follow your heart when it's already broken? After fleeing Koroa and leaving the memory of her beloved Silas behind, Hollis is unsteadily adjusting to life in Isolt. The Esau family's affection is a balm on her weary spirit, though Etan, a surly cousin with a deep distaste for Koroans, threatens to upset the uneasy peace she's found. The Chance to Fly by Ali Stroker and Stacy Davidowitz. After moving across the country, 13-year-old Natalie auditions for her new school's play and overcome her fears and insecurities about performing in a wheelchair. Now, Ali Stroker, one of the authors, actually is an actor and a singer who performs in a wheelchair. And she even received a Tony Award for playing a character, Ado Annie, in a production of Oklahoma. And this is a character who traditionally is not played in a wheelchair. So it does show something very positive about capabilities there that, and so I think this sounds like a really uplifting book. Cracked Up to Be by Courtney Summers. Courtney Summers has been writing for a while. This is actually the new edition of a book that she wrote a while back before she became as well known as she is today. Parker Fadley has quit the cheerleading squad broken up with her boyfriend and is in danger of not graduating with her class, but she refuses to discuss what has precipitated the sudden change in her attitude and behavior. High School Musical, the series, the road trip, that's a lot of colons, by Melissa de la Cruz. All right, so if you see, so you may, my daughter is a fan of the TV show High School Musical, the series, and this is just a tie-in novel following those characters. Just after finishing a production of High School Musical, the musical, a group of Utah high school students goes to Jackson Hole, Wyoming for a high school musical convention. The Lake by Natasha Preston. Right, doesn't that look like a suspenseful cover? 17-year-old best friends Esme and Kayla return to Camp Pine Lakes as counselors in training, but the dark secret they have been hiding for 9 years is back to haunt them. So Natasha Preston is the author of the suspenseful YA novels The Cellar and The Twin. My Contrary Mary by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. Long Live the Queen, the authors who brought you the New York Times bestseller My Lady Jane kicks off an all-new historical trilogy with the classy, courtly tale of Mary, Queen of Scots. Welcome to Renaissance France, a place of poison and plots, of beauties and beasts, of mice and queens. Mary is a queen of Scotland and the jewel of the French court, except when she's a mouse. Yes, reader, Mary is an idiom, shapeshifter, in a kingdom where verities rule. It's a secret that could cost her a head or a tail. Up All Night, 13 stories between sunrise and sunset, edited by Laura Silverman. A collection of 13 short stories by young adult authors, all revolving around the theme of staying up late into the night. Stories by Brandy Colbert, Kathleen Glasgow, Maureen Gu, Tiffany D. Jackson, Amanda Joy, Nina LaCour, Karen M. McManus, Anna Mariano, Marika Niekamp, Laura Silverman, Kayla Whaley, Julian Winters, and Francesca Zappia. I always think that an anthology with stories by multiple authors is a good way to get to know an author you haven't read before. So you might read this and say, oh, I really like this story by Tiffany D. Jackson. Let's see what other book we have by her. So it's a nice sample. The other good thing about short stories is it doesn't matter if you don't finish the book because you can just read as many stories as you want. Well, it doesn't really matter if you don't finish a novel either, unless it's required of you. We Are Inevitable by Gayle Forman. Gayle Forman's written books including If I Stay. After losing his brother, mom, and most of his friends, Aaron Stein is left with his shambolic father alone in their moldering secondhand bookstore. But just when he considers selling the store, he meets new people and takes on new challenges, helping him come to terms with what he has lost and who he wants to be. I'll also be making another video about new horror and fantasy novels that are coming to the YA section. I split it up just so one video wasn't too long. But yeah, I hope that you are represented in this group of books in terms of your own taste. That there's at least one book or more that you would be really interested in reading. If not, or even if you are, remember I always like to hear requests from you, whether it's it's, oh, I heard about this book that sounds really interesting. Could get a copy of it, or it's, we really need more mysteries in the YA section. If when I get that kind of feedback, I'll make decisions about what to order, because it's very important to me that the YA section does have a variety that reflects what our patrons want. Anyhow, I'd love to hear from you. If you've read any of these books, please let me know what you think of them. Always happy to hear from you. You can place a hold on any of these books, and you can either pick it up through contactless pickup, or you can come stop by the library now that our hours are expanding. You can always check our website, northbrunswicklibrary.org, to see what the hours are. To see, because those have been changing for reasons. And some of these you can also find as ebooks and audiobooks as well, using your North Brunswick Library card on Overdrive or Hoopla, or occasionally both. Thanks a lot. I hope I hope that you enjoy some of these, and happy reading. Goodbye.